If my voice sounds a bit weird to you, I've been sick again, and this time I've had C19. I've had it for 10 days, and I'm still not back to normal, and I don't know how long it's gonna take, so I hope you can deal with my weird sounding voice. Let's get to it. I have spent so much time looking for free AUv3 reverbs on iOS. It's crazy. I've been spending years on this, I'm not kidding you. And for a long time, there was only one free alternative, and that was Blamsoft's Zero Reverb. Well, now there are two, because not too long ago, AudioKit put out haQ Reverb. Both of these reverbs sound very good. They sound very good and they're both very free. And so if you want to pause the video right now and go and grab these two from the links down below in the pinned comment, then just pause for a moment because I just want to hammer something in. It's not that easy to find free good sounding reverbs. And there's a reason to why developers don't just want to give away their reverb code for free. You see, reverbs are one of the most complex plugins you could ever make. You see, it might take you some time to build a synthesizer, a year or two or even more. Well, the fact is that it can take you just as long to make a good sounding reverb because there's so much going on in them. They're very, very different from, let's say, a delay, a chorus, a phaser, flanger, or something like that, because the filter banks are larger and there's so much that you need to keep track of and also calculate, which is why reverb plugins are also resource hungry. They're some of the most heaviest plugins. This is why developers just don't want to give it away for free, because it can take them a huge amount of time and skills to make. And so when we find stuff like this for free, like Zero Reverb and haQ Reverb, two awesome sounding reverbs with AUv3 supports completely for free, we also need to make sure that we thank the developers properly for it. So if you go and grab these two from the links down below in the pinned comment, make sure you thank them. We're going to start by having a look at the reverb that I like the most, which is the AudioKit haQ Reverb here. And I like this one the most because it's got that low cut feature that I like so much, because I don't like boomy reverbs. It's very straightforward. It's only got three knobs, one for the low cut, one for the reverb size, and then lastly we have the mix knob. Either way, this reverb sounds really, really good when you want to use it to create kind of big spaces. Alright, so one of the coolest things with AudioKit is that it's open source. Anyone can go and grab the source code, and even for this reverb, for the AudioKit haQ Reverb, if you want to implement the source code for this in your own product, or maybe build on it and maybe expand it a bit or something like that, then you can go and grab it right here from GitHub. I've put a link to this page down in the pinned comment. Next up, we'll have a look at Zero Reverb. Now, this one has a bunch more controls. There's a lot you can do in here. And if we look here on the left side, we got two sliders, one for mid time, and these are for mid frequencies. And then we have this one below, which is for low time, basically for the lower frequencies. And then we can set the actual frequency crossover with this knob here. So this will affect what frequencies are going through the mid time and low time. Zero Reverb also has a knob for damping, which will, when you tweak it up, dampen high frequencies over time. And if you want to simulate reflections in a larger space, then you have a delay time control here. The last control is the mix knob, so it just sets up the balance between the dry and wet signal. And that's pretty much it. Now, before you leave, if you're watching this video in the future and it turns out that there's another free AUv3 Reverb on the App Store, then why don't you comment the name down below so I can add it to the pinned comment here and so that people can go and download it. I've searched for a very long time and these two are the only ones I can find, but there might be more in the future, so I would love to know about it, and anyone reading the comment section would be very grateful for that too. Now, if you do go and grab these reverbs, then please go and tell these developers that you love them. If you like the work I do here on YouTube, why don't you hit me with a thumbs up? And if you want to support me in any other ways, then commenting down below, and sharing my videos is a way of doing that. And if you want to support me financially, check out my music first, full list of links down below. And if you don't want to do that, then I've got PayPal and Patreon. And if you don't want to do any of it, that's fine too. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it.
Innovate, collaborate, create, continue to change the world. Innovate, collaborate, create, continue to change the world. Superpowers, innovate.